Welcome back to Chase the Pace podcast.
I'm Spencer.
And I'm Keira.
And we're going to be breaking down Formula One with F1 news, race breakdowns, and bold takes. Let's go!
In this episode, we're covering Drive to Survive Season 8 that just came out on Netflix. We kind of binged it just for y'all to get y'all this episode. And so first, we're covering Episode 1, The New Kids on Track.
Starting off, F1 75 event. This is the first time that all the teams revealed all their liveries at the exact same time and place. What was really interesting, though, was the fact that when Christian Horner stepped out, he got booed to death.
Yes.
I mean, oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
And it was in London, the event, guys. Christian Horner's British, so why is he getting booed?
I mean, he
Thoughts?
did, the Christian Horner files came out of January of 2024. He got a little exposed on WhatsApp. We all saw that. I guess the British people didn't exactly forgive him for that,
Maybe not. They hold grudges, I guess.
They do hold grudges, that's for sure.
But also, Max was a 4-time world champion in a row, by the way, at this point. And maybe people just weren't about it. Maybe they were like, we're done with Max winning. I don't know why you wouldn't just boo Max at that point, because that's not really Christian Horner's problem, but
I mean, people are sick and tired of
that's
seeing
what
Max
they had to say.
Yeah. Or they're just sick and tired of seeing Christian. Whatever it is, they booed him. I mean,
They were just not about it.
No. They cut to Lewis's face, and that boy said,
Yeah.
You know it's bad when you're getting
Yeah.
straight booed in your own country. Like, what have you done to deserve that?
And you watch it, and it cuts to Lewis, and he's like, oh. And Liam and Max were like, oh. But Max, of course, said he didn't really care, because when does Max ever care?
That's Max for you. I mean, that's
Right.
definition of Max.
Exactly. But going into the 2025 season, we had 6 rookies. And we had Liam Lawson, which you could say it's debatable if he's a rookie or not. I mean, I still think he really
completed
was.
some races, but he didn't complete a full season. So technically, he's a rookie, which makes sense. He didn't go through all the trials and tribulations that a usual rookie would.
Right.
Which,
because he came in towards the end of a season as a filler.
I mean, he did get cut within 2 races. He
Yikes. We'll get into that
We'll get there
in a minute. But on debut in Melbourne, Australia, Kimi got 4th place, which was awesome. And that was a very interesting race, that's for sure. Crazy, insane crash outs. And which, leading to that, was Isaac Hadjar's crash ever on debut during the formation lap.
Bro, how are you so bad? You crashed before the race even starts. Like, not during qualifying, not during the race. You crashed while you just warming up the tires.
Right.
Like, come on, bro.
He was crushed, devastated, and cute Lewis Hamilton's dad went up to him and was like, you know what? It's okay. I got you.
You know it's bad if Hamilton's dad is having to come up to you and be the
Well, he
nice
understood how, Isaac was probably feeling in that moment because, it's probably a confidence crusher. But we see in future races within the 2025 season, Isaac really bounced back.
That's true.
Bro got a podium.
Yeah.
That's great.
Stood on business. He deserved his Red Bull seat, that's for sure. He put in an amazing performance, only behind, arguably, Kimi.
Yeah, Kimi got 2 podiums.
I mean, he is driving
great.
a Mercedes versus Isaac driving a Racing Bull. So.
Yeah. But that was episode 1. That was our biggest takeaways.
Now, for episode 2, strictly business.
Yes.
Now, what this episode really focused on was the soft approach of Jonathan Wheatley from Sauber versus the hard approach from Flavio Briatore from Alpine. And
Now, let's also not forget Flavio Briatore and how he was pretty much cut from Formula One due to cheating in the past. I don't really know how he was welcomed back, but
listen.
Here he is.
If you ain't cheating, you ain't trying, all right? Like, this is the definition of Formula One. Everybody's trying to get away with something.
But I think he was blatantly cheating.
Happens to the best of us. Happens to the best of us.
I don't know. I wasn't around for that time, but I was at least watching Formula One during that time.
Either. But he's a hard ass. Definition of a hard ass versus Jonathan Wheatley. He's a pocket holder. He's holding his driver's pockets like, hey, what do you need, buddy?
Like, it's okay.
Let me put my arm around your shoulder. It's okay, bucko. You're going to be all right. Like, no. Personally, if I was a driver, I would want Flavio as my team principal. But for a rookie like Jack Doohan or Franco Colapinto.
Cut after 6 races, by the way, in which this is the thing. Flavio Briatore, I don't think either side. Like, I wouldn't want a Jonathan Wheatley and I wouldn't want a Flavio Briatore. Obviously, Netflix is going to give us what they want us to see. But I'd probably want the in-between, you know, not too soft, but not too firm. Because also, when Franco gets put into the seat because they were like, we're done with Jack, he honestly wasn't much better than Jack Doohan, to be honest. And then when he tried to, you know, talk to Flavio Briatore about the car, he didn't want to hear any of it. Okay, well, I understand. But also, your car was terrible. It wasn't just the drivers, because Pierre, great driver, was also really struggling too. So let's not forget about that. So that's where you see the downfalls of both team principals and how, you know, at the end of the day, I guess Kick Sauber's team principal, Jonathan Wheatley, was better because they finished higher than Alpine, who finished, 10th. Yikes.
Last place. Come on, y'all.
We need a redo here.
I will say, to your point about the 2 team principals, I mean, Netflix really did a great job of portraying them and juxtaposing just how different they were. Their approaches, their mentality towards the team. Flavio is very much so a narcissist in terms of like,
yes,
it is my team, my car, I make the decisions.
He said it's my way or the highway.
And Jonathan's more of the, you know, I didn't do it. We did it, guys.
Or like, let's talk about it. Which also fair, because, you know, you could always learn.
Years, bro, personally.
Well,
now,
anyways, something great about Kick Sauber is Nico Hülkenberg got his first podium ever
P3.
in his career. Yes, P3 in Silverstone, in which I was there for that, to witness that.
You were there for that? Mm-hmm. What? You went to the UK?
Yeah.
We don't even live in that country. What you mean you went to that race?
I went to go see Lando in the land of Stan. And he won that Grand Prix, okay? But, yeah, that was awesome. That was history right there. And it was a great moment for Sauber. Good points for Sauber, too. But
broke Nico's streak 239 Grand Prix.
Yeah.
That's rough, bro.
That's a rough time waiting. Like, imagine that. But
if there's only
congrats
24,
Nico.
there's only 24 races on the calendar. I mean, he was waiting about 10 years.
Pretty much.
More or less.
I mean, Nico's one of the older ones on the grid, too.
I think only behind Lewis and Alonso, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I mean, he's grandpa over here. Getting
Unk.
married. Unk status for sure.
Yeah, as they say.
But I will say that episode 2 about Strictly Business really begs the question, like, which approach is better? Do you want the soft approach? They call all the team principals the Piranha Club because they're small, but they're vicious. Mm-hmm. But do you want a shark like Flavio, who's cutthroat, who's going to tell you exactly how it is? And if you're messing around, making mistakes, he's going to call you out on it. Versus Jonathan Wheatley, you know, oh, it's okay, Gabby. You're okay, you know, mistakes
More of a minnow.
happen. Or a minnow, yes. In America, we have a swimming game called Sharks and Minnows. I don't know if you heard. I much rather would have a shark. Sharks are killers. I want a killer on my side. I don't want no little small fish swimming around, being a little baby. Like, no. We want the cheater who's going to get us to the dub. And you know what? It didn't happen with Alpine. But check the testing for 2026. Something's cooking at Alpine, you know?
Maybe.
That
and now Kick Sauber is now Audi, by the way, for this year. But honestly, personally, I'd like someone in between. But Spencer says he wants a shark now, but you know, if he was a driver and he wanted his opinion to be heard, he'd be like, listen.
I want Fred Vasseur. If I want something, Fred Vasseur.
Fred is king. I love him.
Or even like Zach, and which I hate to admit, but Zach, they have a good balance of being a shark, cutthroat. They like Toto doesn't BS with George. He tells him exactly like you are.
Kimmy, really.
You are a grown man, 27 years old. You do not need to be stressing about the things that this freshman in the game is doing. Now, Kimmy, he takes a softer approach. When he took a practice lap in 2024 and Kimmy crashed the car, he's like, "It's okay, buddy.
In Monza.
You're okay." Like, come on, bro.
But he's also been real with him this season and said, "Hey, Kimmy,
Yes.
you know, when Kimmy was, you know, not doing that great, hey, we need to step the bar up, please."
I would definitely say it's like a gradual introduction of reality for these young drivers versus the drivers who have been around, who
The
understand
vets.
the consequences of their mistakes and understand just everything that is going on around them versus these young kids who are just worried about themselves, the pressures. They can't see the bigger picture. They're too worried about it, aka confidence issues, aka Lando Norris. Okay, like it took a while.
Lando has done a very exceptional, great job at being more confident. I will totally give that to him. And he's even said this season his only goal is to go out and win. So props to him.
Until Oscar starts beating him and the tears come out.
No.
Oh, Mama, I didn't do so good.
Well, well, that was happening in the beginning of the season.
I lost my girlfriend. Oh my God.
I don't think Lando cares about that.
No. Well, he cares about race wins and how Zach Brown feels about him, and hopefully.
Maybe, I mean, he should care about how Zach Brown feels about him, because or else he'll be like fired.
That's true. Anyway.
Moving on to episode 3, the number one problem, where we get into, it's pretty much the McLaren episode, Oscar and Lando.
Now, they had, first of all, at the beginning of the season and even towards the middle, they somehow, whatever technology advantages they had the best car. They had the best tire management where they could go on stints on medium tires that were at minimum 5 laps longer and faster than their competitors. Yeah. And you saw that when Oscar was racing Max and Max passed him, but Oscar got him in the long run. Now, if you have the 2 fastest drivers, you have the best car, all you need is half decent strategy. Not no Ferrari strategy, you just need half decent strategy. But when you have 2 number 1 drivers, there's problems.
And that's the biggest arguing point that
AKA
people have against McLaren.
Papaya rules, aka
yes, called papaya rules.
The worst rules I've ever heard of. Who really wants 2 number 1 drivers? I know Max Verstappen doesn't.
No, Max says, I am the number 1. Goodbye, please and thank you.
Exactly. I mean, who really wants 2 number 1 drivers?
So do you think, let us know in the comments below, should or would you, if you were a team principal or CEO, would you want 2 number 1 drivers or a number 1 clear and a clear number 2?
I liked it when Max had Checo as the Mexican Minister of Defense. Max could go get the dub, have a large margin, and then Checo could just block up the other people on the podium, just create space for Max. I think it's genius. But when you have like Lewis and Nico Rosberg back in the day, 2016.
Mercedes said, even in episode 3, they learned their lesson with literally Lewis and Nico.
Like,
that was not great.
No, that's not what you want.
Go watch it and you'll see glimpses of that year.
It's too much tension,
Very.
Especially in equal machinery. It's really man against man.
I honestly, though, I think Lewis and Nico were worse than Oscar and Lando.
Oh, definitely. They had their elbows out way more. They had attitudes. Oscar's too nonchalant for that.
Yeah.
And Lando's too much of...
He's too nice for that. Like, he's just like... I don't see either one of them being like, let's cause drama.
That's kindly put. I will tell you that. That's very kindly put. But yes, Oscar's too nonchalant and Lando is... Yeah. I can't use the words because I don't want to get demonetized personally, but... Lando is not him. Even though he won the drivership, he has too many confidence issues.
He says Lando's not him right now, but you know who's also not him right now? Lewis Hamilton.
He's on the come up. He's on the come up.
The only one who really is still him status is Max Verstappen.
Let's check the stat sheet. Let's check the scoreboard. Who has more championships?
I mean, Lewis has the most.
Exactly.
But, you know, that's a whole other argument. But
we'll get there. We'll ignore that. But back to episode 3.
Yes, the number 1 problem.
So, I mean, it was up to Zach to be impartial and be fair enough to his 2 drivers to say, you know, the dog that's winning, okay, I still support you, but I can't celebrate too hard because I still have to uplift the driver who didn't score as well.
He just needs to maintain a neutral attitude.
And I would say he did a pretty decent job
I'd
about
agree.
that.
Yeah.
He didn't... I mean, we all know probably at heart he favors Lando, but I mean, he took Oscar out in Lewis's old Mercedes.
If you look at the episode, though, it looks like he favors Oscar over Lando.
That's true. Netflix.
So, I don't know. I don't think it matters at the end of the day, but like, they're cool. Oscar and Lando have both said everything's fine within the team. They're good with each other. They get along with Zach and Andrea. So guess what? We don't care.
They're just some chill guys.
We don't care.
They just want to win.
Yes.
And they're not beefing too much, you know.
Right.
But Netflix definitely makes the they show that really Oscar has that preference when it comes to the team, when it comes to Zach. That stoicism is better than low confidence Lando, okay?
Yep. But Lando won the Drivers' Championship at the end of the day because he was consistent. In the beginning of the season, so you kind of see, it shows how Lando wins Australia, and then how Oscar really starts winning and Lando is not winning. And it's really rough for Lando. But what they failed to show in that episode, or any other really episode, is the 180 reverse, essentially. They did show Lando winning in Silverstone, which yes, he did. And then it kind of went up from there. The second half of the season, Lando started winning, being really consistent, was comfortable in the car. Where Oscar, for whatever reason, was just not comfortable in the car, and he was terrible.
Generally speaking, yes.
Yes, for McLaren, terrible.
Max stole away some dubs here and there, but generally Lando, after some advancements and updates they brought to the car, he really did a good job. And Oscar wasn't comfortable, and it showed with his performance. He was
finishing like 5th, or DNFing.
Poor qualifyings, mid results for a guy who was winning 3 in a row at the beginning of the season. You're going to settle for 5th, like not even on the podium?
Yeah.
Whereas Lando was still catching podiums.
Even in the beginning when it was rough. He was like 2nd and 3rd still.
So confidence issues, bad starts, issues with the huzz, this, that, and the other. He still is able to get podiums even when he's uncomfortable. But that should be pretty easy when you have the fastest car on the grid.
Right, well, it wasn't for Oscar though, was it?
It wasn't for Oscar, that's very true.
So that's the thing, that's what Netflix doesn't give you, so there's another perspective. That's why it's super cool when you watch the season, because you can see the differences and what Netflix likes to portray, the editing, all the things. But Lando won the 2025 World Drivers' Championship because he was consistent. And consistency is key. Wasn't always at the top, but was consistent. So, who will bring consistency in 2026? Or also team?
Y'all know what I'm gonna say. Ferrari, y'all, let's go.
He hopes it's Ferrari. He's a Ferrari glazer, okay? I don't know. I honestly hope.
Says the Lando
it was
glazer,
rough.
bro. Zip it up when you're done with Lando, all right?
But you know what? I'll also give credit where credit's due. But I honestly hope Ferrari has a better season, because 2025 was really bad. Honestly, way worse than I think anyone expected.
I mean, P3 in the constructors were not
they
terrible.
were P4.
Shit. Seriously?
Yes. Red Bull got P3 at the end of the day, because Lauren Mekies came in, but we'll get into that. And then Max started winning, and he came back. But
a guy can dream, can he? A guy can dream.
So that's episode 1 and 3. And now getting on to episode 4. A bull with no horns. Is this the fall of Red Bull that we see here? Yes, indeed it is. And why?
I mean, it's really the fall of Christian Horner. Ever since those allegations, the Christian Horner files got leaked on WhatsApp, I was seeing hella shit on my Instagram. Bro was getting exposed, stepping out on his wife, and then standing next to her, holding hands, acting like nothing happened. Like, come on, y'all. The public opinion did not forgive him. And then after some poor race results.
Very poor.
They're not forgiving him at Red Bull.
Yeah.
You're getting the axe.
Well, I mean, it shows here in this episode how Liam Lawson was cut only after 2 races of being with Red Bull, and he was demoted to VCARB, the junior team, and Yuki Tsunoda was promoted from the junior team to Red Bull.
Now,
also at his home race in Japan, I also think there was a reason for that. But Yuki also didn't perform at his home race or really for the rest of the season. So once again, with the same theme that we've seen for many years now, the second seat needs help. They need to pray for grace, that second seat.
Well, the second seat is really just for sponsorships. You look at Alpine, why are they pulling up Colapinto? He's having pretty much the same results as doing, but he's got that Argentinian money. The same reason why Red Bull held on to Checo. They're getting that Mexico money. The same reason why we're getting Yuki Tsunoda at Japan.
Because Honda,
no coincidence, their engine provider. Why would you not want your Japanese driver with your Japanese engine provider at the Japanese Grand Prix? The stars are aligning. You want that. You want that money. You need that money to help y'all. Because at the end of the day, while we personally, consumers of F1
Yeah.
actually care about the Drivers' Championship and who's winning.
We don't care as much about the
We
constructors.
don't care about the constructors.
But the teams care about
But
the
the
constructors
teams do.
because that's where the money is.
So at the end of the day,
And money talks in F1, right?
money talks. So if Christian and Red Bull, and what's the dude's name who got fired along with him?
Helmut Marko?
Helmut Marko.
I mean, he left at the end of the season, but.
I wonder why.
So in episode 4, we have a bull with no horns. Is this the fall of Red Bull? Yes, it indeed is. Why?
I mean, Christian Horner. First of all, bro, when the Christian Horner files got leaked January of 2024, public opinion is not forgiving you for stepping out on your wife with your coworker, bro. Like, you're using your position of power to your advantage. That's messed up.
Yeah.
That's messed up. Like, come on, man. You got a whole wife and kids. Do they have kids? Mm-hmm. Well, they got a whole wife and kids at home, bro. What are you doing?
It's not a good look.
At least keep it on the down low, bro, like everybody else do.
So we also see how Liam Lawson is cut from Red Bull after 2 whole races and is demoted to V-Carb, the junior team, and Yuki Tsunoda is promoted from V-Carb to Red Bull.
It's the curse.
And at his home race, Yuki Tsunoda's home race in Japan, which obviously there's probably a tactic to that. Also, during that season in 2025, it was Red Bull and V-Carbs last year with Honda, because now this year they're with Aston Martin. Because this year, what engine do they have?
They have
A Ford Red Bull engine.
America. Let's go.
Right. So, also with Honda being Japanese, that helps with Yuki. It's a good look.
Honda's Japanese, Yuki's Japanese, the Grand Prix is Japanese. The stars are aligning, my friends.
Right.
That's what we call a good strategy to get your money.
Yes. But what we saw is really Liam Lawson, I guess, didn't really live up to the hype with just the 2 races we saw. And Yuki Tsunoda didn't either, even at his home race. So
It's the curse.
it's still the curse.
The curse.
Please, Isaac, I pray for Isaac that we don't see this any longer. Hopefully the new regulations will help with this curse. I don't know. We'll see. Let us know your thoughts and comments below. What do you think is going to happen with that? But
I mean, Laurent Mekies, hopefully he could turn this ship around because Christian Horner had
he kind of did.
He did. No, that's the truth. He did because, Christian just had them dive bombing. Max wasn't performing. He still was winning Grand Prix here and there, but it wasn't like he was at his pinnacle.
No, Max was still complaining about the car per usual.
And driver 2 is in the bottom 5 as usual.
It was rough. Once again, who's scoring points for Red Bull? Max Verstappen, okay? But a big thing about the fall of Red Bull and the mess with that is Max leaving Red Bull?
Yes.
Because supposedly he has an exit clause in his contract. Is he done with the games?
Yeah, something about if they're 4th in the championship, then he's allowed to shop around for other teams or something like that.
Something like that. Or like they're not getting points in some type of amount. I don't know. We obviously will never know the full extent of what that contract and exit clause says, but those were the rumors. That's what people were saying. And Max kind of shut it down real fast, but...
Well, Toto got it all hyped up, talking about
He'll
everybody's
come to
free.
Mercedes.
He'll come this way.
We're going to entertain him.
We're talking to his team right now.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I bet he was. I don't think he's lying at all because look how long it took Toto to re-sign George and Kimi.
Well, he's probably a good negotiator after dealing with Lewis and Nico for so many years. He drives a hard bargain. I doubt he wanted to give them the money and all the perks they wanted. But at the end of the day, a deal's got to be made.
Yep.
You want your 2 drivers that fans have fallen in love with, that are performing for you. You want them back at your team.
Exactly.
Just like Red Bull wants Max. And
But
Max,
he's still there.
I think really the Verstappens really do have some influence. His dad especially in the management. You know, like you got this guy Laurent Mekies. He's a little more of that Toto, Fred Vasseur vibe where he's, he can be a hard ass, but he's gonna still put his arm around your shoulder at the end of the day.
For sure.
And it definitely.
I mean, it worked.
It suits the team a lot better. I mean, the performance immediately went up.
Yeah.
So, I mean, can you blame them for firing Christian? Absolutely not.
Yeah.
But do we really want to see him back at the grid as a partial owner for a team?
I don't know. But hey, Max has already threatened if he's not enjoying this season coming up, 2026, he's going to leave. Because, Max also does a lot of other racing series. He has his sim team, iRacing team, it's really called, his GT3 team. Max has bigger, better things that he likes to also deal with. He has 4 championships. Everything else is a bonus.
If you're not going to take care of your child and just sim race, you might as well get some championships in other leagues and different race categories besides F1. Because even he said, why does it matter if I get 7 or 8 or even 5? I've already been there, done that.
He really said 1 is what I really wanted, and every other one has been a bonus. So fair.
I mean, that's like Lando. You got 1, the dreams come true. I mean, anything after that is just really
a bonus.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But I will say at this point, I was watching Drive to Survive. You know what I'm getting sick and tired of? This dude, Will Buxton, bro. This journalist for F1, bro. Your British ass is getting so redundant, bro. Like, Nico scored 3rd position. That means he's going to be on the podium. Bro, we know that. We can read.
But what if we have new viewers?
Listen, if you're a new viewer, watch season 1. That tells you everything you need to know. Then you can listen to Will Buxton break down what a yellow flag, red flag, this, that, and the other is. But I personally do not need to hear this dude state the most obvious things that I've ever heard in my life. And Claire Williams too, bro. You're not letting it slide, bro. Claire Williams, you had to release, you had to sell it because you were being a bum. You could not pull it together. You are not your father. You are not him. You are not her. You could not do it. So stop popping up in these interviews and being like, oh, Williams, we were so great. Yeah, we were not involved. It was your daddy doing all the work. You just pulled up to a winning franchise and sent it to his grave. All right? You are not her. I don't want to hear you speak on Williams. Let's hear James Vowles.
Someone is
hype
going
up.
off.
Listen, I was watching this and tell me why. I got to listen to these 2 people yap their asses off. No, thank you. Get out of my face, bro. Get out of my face. We're not trying to listen.
Props to James Vowles picking the team up. They finished 5th in the constructors. They came from 9th in 2024 to 5th in 2025. That's great.
No, it is very impressive. And I will say I did appreciate, they got, we'll talk about this in episode 5. I won't spoil nothing. But I appreciate when we have some different perspectives besides the 2 most obvious staters in this world. Like, can we get some new information from some new faces, not some bums and some has-beens? You're a journalist, bro. And what do you even do anymore? You just have the Williams name. That's it. You want to... I won't say no more.
The rant is over. Thank you.
Excuse me. Pardon me. I apologize if I disrespected. But I swear to God, I was watching this, and even in my notes, can Will Buxton shut the fuck up? All right, I'm done with this dude. I'm done with this dude.
I love Will. Okay, I'm not saying any of this, but
that's
opinions are opinions.
That's gonna get bleeped.
Okay, so moving on.
Oh, wait. One last thing. I wanted to say this. And this is actually something nice. I loved, personally, the text exchange at the very end of episode 4 between Toto and Christian.
Yes, when Christian was fired.
The wholesomeness. Even Toto reached out and he's like, we were there. We were at the top for 14 of the past 15. That's a pretty good statistic. And while you are a prick, and while you are who you are, and I don't like to see you win, I still respect you as a person. And that's what I love to see. Like, genuine rivalry.
But respect.
But respect, exactly. Like, I love to see that. And that's a really good statistic, too. Like, 14 out of the past 15 drivers' championships have been won by one of y'all's 2 drivers. That means you were doing something right, So even though he got fired, a lot of props go to him.
Christian really did build Red Bull with Seb, Max. Even Danny Rick. Even though Danny Rick he left. But, still, there were a lot of great wins and championships, and that is thanks to Christian Horner.
That is true. We can't disrespect what he's done for that team.
Yeah.
And although Laurent Mekies is going to carry it forward, he really built the foundation for a team that didn't exist 30 years ago.
Right.
So props to him.
Right. So moving on to episode 5, The Sky's the Limit. It's kind of Williams' episode.
Yes. And I think it's deserved, more of Claire Williams, which... No. I won't say no more. I already said my piece.
But P5 in the championship from P9. That's very incredible.
Respectable. I mean, the money coming in now.
Great.
Good for them.
Yeah.
Really good for them. For a team that wasn't scoring any points.
They were
bottom of the totem pole.
Roughing it. Okay, guys.
I mean, they've really brought it back. They got Alex.
And Carlos Sainz.
And Carlos, race winner.
Yeah.
They got James Vowles from Mercedes, who is just a dog. And they really have been bringing it together. All together.
For sure.
So, respect to them.
Yep.
But unfortunately, at the beginning of the season, Netflix was showing how Carlos was adapting to, he was struggling.
Car.
Yeah, he was struggling to adapt to this new car and score points. It was really seeming like a difficulty. Whereas the old guard, Alex, his fifth year in Williams,
he was kind of carrying.
Putting the team on his back now, really keeping up in the points, staying in P5 in the constructors without the help of driver 2. I mean, he was like Max in Red Bull. He was really doing it.
But then Carlos got very comfortable with the car. We started to see Carlos do really, really well, and which that led to Williams actually getting a podium. 2, by the way, both from Carlos in Azerbaijan, also known as Baku, within the city of Baku, but and in the Qatar Grand Prix. So that was great. Props to Carlos. Is something that I also wanted to mention from there is Carlos said when he left Ferrari, and it also was brought up in the episode, was, I'm going to miss the podiums. I'm going to miss the celebrations, and I'm going to miss being on a headline because I won a race. Well, we can tell you, Carlos, that you have celebrated. You have gotten on a podium. You haven't won yet, but that's not what we were asking at all from a new team.
There we go. Something like that.
So, great. I think expectations were exceeded beyond any limits.
Agreed.
So props to you, Carlos Sainz. And the last podium since those two for Williams was 2021 at the Belgian Grand Prix with George Russell. That's crazy.
I thought you were about to pull up the Ferrari statistic that he was the last Ferrari winner.
Well, he also was the last Ferrari winner too, by the way.
Whoa.
So that's another thing.
I mean, he's really standing on business compared to Lewis adapting in the Ferrari.
And
I hate to say this.
His best finish was 4th in any race, actually. But in a sprint race, yes, he did win. But I mean, it was rough.
Yeah, I mean, it was a rough season for Lewis. The adaptation, clearly 13 years at Mercedes did not teach him adaptability. Whereas Carlos, on his 5th team, he really knew what he was doing. And it took him a minute, but he caught his rhythm.
Right.
And that's what's really important for Williams. Whereas you had Alex scoring consistently in the points, bolstering the team, top of the midfield. And then you had Carlos saying, all right, I'm comfortable now.
Yep.
I'm him. Let me go get these P3s,
Right.
It was good for Williams. I mean, they did have some miscommunication in Miami that Netflix did highlight.
Miami, yes.
Which really, it seemed like Carlos was being a bit of a baby. I can't lie.
But I do understand his point because the communication from both engineers was poor and clearly misunderstood. And therefore, the team needed a reset. And I think, honestly, that was the turning point for Williams to start to do well. Specifically Carlos, too.
I mean, you have to have challenges in order to overcome something. In order to be better, you need setbacks. You need mistakes because you're going to learn something from them.
Exactly. And I think that was a learning lesson for Williams.
They definitely learned, absolutely.
But they learned quickly, unlike some other teams like Ferrari and McLaren, who still don't understand how to, get their strategy right.
Potentially.
But, yeah, I thought it was a great episode showing Williams and the rise of Williams and Carlos. And
if we can do interviews with anybody besides Claire Williams, A+ for me.
Now we have episode 6, The Duel. Why is it called The Duel?
Well,
because will it be Mercedes or Ferrari?
The battle for P2 and the constructors.
Because P1 was already finished essentially.
Unfortunately.
With McLaren getting that. So it was really who's going to be P2, P3, P4, and so on.
I mean, even Red Bull kind of snuck in there, but really, at the beginning of the season, it seemed like the duel was between Mercedes and Ferrari.
Yeah.
You had Charles Leclerc and George Russell duking it out, trying to see who had the most podiums and consistent results.
Yeah.
And then you had the ones who had to adapt. Kimi being a rookie, and Lewis being brand new to Ferrari after 13 years of consistency in Mercedes. I mean, you really have to adapt for both of them. And it was really a battle of which driver can get the most podiums and which driver can score the most points. Adapt faster. Yeah, that's a great way to put it. Exactly. Yeah. So, I mean, Kimi was doing a decent job at the beginning of the season.
And then he started to struggle. And also we saw reliability issues with the Mercedes engine as well, which did not help Kimi in the slightest. But towards the end, Kimi started to do really, really well. Kimi got 2 podiums within the season, which was awesome for him.
He also got a lot of no points finishes, couple D and Fs.
It was a little rough. He had a rough patch. But we also had Lewis, who kind of seemed to struggle the entire season, to be honest. I mean, Charles did too. I don't think the car was great, period. But we really, really saw Lewis struggle.
I mean, the China sprint win, though, that's more than Kimi can say. Did he get a sprint win? I didn't think so.
No. That was like the biggest thing for Lewis the whole year. But besides that, his best finish was P4 the entire season.
That's unacceptable, brother. Yeah. That's unacceptable.
It was not great. So with that, it really came down to the performance of Kimi and Lewis to determine will it be Ferrari or Mercedes on top.
Right.
And like Will Buxton said, which of their new drivers will rise to the challenge? Will it be the kid or will it be the GOAT? Well, if you watch the season, you know at the end of the day it was the kid because Mercedes finished P2 in the constructors. But we also saw the mental toll that this sport can take on drivers.
Absolutely.
Like Kimi, being a rookie.
Even Toto noted that he's a little bit more soft-hearted. He's really hard on himself. So whether it's a crash, a bad performance, he just wants a hug from his mama and to be alone. He even admitted to struggling with sleeping. He really couldn't find a good
it was a lot all at once.
It reminds me of Lando. He can't get it together up here. There's too much pressure going on outside, and he can't hold it down in here. Now, while he did have his podiums, he also had a lot of mess-ups.
Yes.
Which is shameful. But that's not without Lewis being poor.
It was very obvious, the mental toll that this season took on Lewis. Like, it was obvious. You could see it and read it on his face.
He's a grown-ass man, and he genuinely looked like he wanted to cry because of
every single race.
His performance, the car. What is his race engineer? We got to get Ricky out of there, and thank God they did.
Yeah.
Because Lewis is a guy, he needs a soft shoulder.
Yeah.
You know, he needs a Bono to be there for him and be like, all right, Lewis, it's hammer time, you know? Soft voice, well-spoken, just chill guy. Instead, you got Ricky over here just beefing with him, talking with him mid-fight. Classic Ferrari BS. That is not what we need for Lewis.
Yeah. You could see the frustration. Lewis was literally wishing for the 2025 season to end, and I think many others were, honestly. People were... it was not great seeing Lewis down in the dumps like that. I think most people would agree with that. But at least with Kimi, we saw some light at the end of the tunnel. There was some confidence that came back. Lewis, 0. And maybe that's why Mercedes finished P2 in the constructors and Ferrari finished P4.
I didn't even know that, bro. I'm not paying attention. I got to check the stat sheet more. I really thought they finished P3, but that is shameful.
Right.
That is shameful, yo.
It was rough. But moving into episode 7, what happens in Vegas? ...
Stays
stays in Vegas.
Yes, most definitely.
And I agree. Because we actually see Laurent Mekies come in as CEO and team principal of Red Bull now that Christian Horner is out of there. And he really changed the team, honestly,
absolutely.
this.
Yeah, no.
Max started winning. And that's honestly, ultimately, what put Max in contention for the championship battle at the end of the day. Like, Bro was, I think 104 points behind people were like, yeah, like Max is out of this. It's really just an Oscar-Lando battle.
To then,
No.
it's mathematically possible, y'all. Oh my goodness.
To then him being actually in it, which was
ready?
crazy. That's just a testament to Max Verstappen and
Yeah.
who that man is. But we saw that, which was awesome and great for Red Bull. And honestly, props to Laurent Mekies, because to turn a team around like this, that's props to him.
I mean, it was within all the members of mechanics,
Yeah.
staff,
I don't know what happened,
and
but
drivers. I mean,
something happened.
he brought it back. You know, Christian, he must have been really messing up for this.
I don't know what was happening.
If this potential was there the whole time and all it took was one guy at the top just to make some slight changes.
And really change the results. I mean, Red Bull finished P3 in the Constructors because of Max at the end of the day and the change in this team.
Right.
So that was crazy. But we'll see how Red Bull is in 2026. Will we see how great of a CEO team principal he is? I don't know. But we also saw McLaren, and McLaren has won the other two American races besides Las Vegas and still has yet to win Las Vegas. And why?
I wonder why.
Well, they weren't going to win that race because Mr. Max Verstappen did, but they could have had some major points there. P2, P3?
Except.
I mean, honestly, Oscar didn't even finish P3. He was like P5 or something like that. But P2, and it was out of there. Why?
The plank wear. I mean, when you have a street circuit, most streets are made where they're crowned so that when rain does come on the street, if this is the middle of the street where my fingers are touching, water can run off to the sides and go into the sewers, not flood the roads. Now, the problem for F1 cars is they're designed for tracks that are flat surfaces. When you have a track that is built like this, or I mean, not literally, but when it's at an angle, when it's crowned, you have a flat car driving over that, the underbody of the car is going to be just shredded. And because McLaren somewhat took a gamble, lowering, depending on their suspension, lowering their car, having the floor so low to that crowned road, the plank wear, or what's the underbody of their car, the underbody wear, was so great, even though it wasn't by a large margin.
It was by a piece of paper.
A piece of paper.
But it was too worn.
But because the wear was too much, that's a DQ for both drivers immediately.
They were both disqualified, which ultimately, what did that do? So we had then, going into after that race, we had two races left, Qatar and Abu Dhabi. Well, that caused Max Verstappen to be tied on points now with Oscar Piastri and to cut the gap between them to Lando to 24 points.
Scary. Scary if you're a McLaren fan. Scary if you're a Lando fan.
So guess what? That disqualification was not great at all.
I don't know about y'all, but when Max actually had a chance, it felt like there was some fire. Like, for once, the 4-time world champion felt like the underdog, which we haven't seen that.
We have not seen that.
He fought Lewis back in the day. Back a few years ago. But we haven't seen that. And I don't know about y'all. Personally, I'm not on the McLaren bandwagon or the McLaren wagon whatsoever. I want to see a good fight. And Max, he's a dog.
He did put up a good fight.
And
Max acts like he doesn't care and is so nonchalant, like, yeah, you know, it's whatever. But if he didn't care, I don't think he'd still be around. And I also don't think he'd be winning.
Well, Max is able to not care and still win.
He's not care about emotions, but he does care about the job at hand.
Well, of course. Who doesn't?
Exactly.
But
so that's it for that episode. So now getting into the last episode of Drive to Survive Season 8. Call me Chucky. And here we kind of saw the last two races of the season, Qatar and Abu Dhabi. So McLaren once again messed up the strategy for both drivers because they were the only ones to not pit under the safety car out of all the teams, okay?
Perfect strategy, y'all. Great strategy.
Right, really great strategy. So essentially, Max wins that race, and Lando finishes 4th, and Oscar finishes 2nd. So once again, both drivers are now losing points compared to Max. So going into the last race in Abu Dhabi, Lando has a 12-point lead over Max and a 16-point lead over Oscar. Okay, so, I mean, it's kind of tight-ish because you never know. I mean, it's still all Lando, right? But also it's for Lando to lose at the end of the day.
Mm-hmm.
And so we go into qualifying. And
What happens in qualifying now?
So in qualifying, Max got first, and then Lando second, and then Oscar third.
And you were telling me that this was good for Lando.
I really do, because Lando didn't really have to worry about Max on the line at the start because he's behind him. Doesn't have to worry, how am I going to avoid him? What if he does this, that, him crashing into me? All he had to worry about was himself. Just make sure that I don't crash into Max, right? Because you know what? Lando only needed to be third, second, or first, just on the podium to be world champion.
And we know Lando cannot start when the pressure is on with his confidence.
Lando's starts are not always perfect. And Max, he even said he will do anything to get ahead and win because he has nothing to lose at the end of the day.
That's my
and with
kind of
Max, you never know. Max might get a little dirty. It's just not worth it for Lando. So honestly, I really think it was a blessing in disguise for Lando to qualify.
Right, because then Max can take P1 and fly
Like,
down
you're
the
good,
track.
buddy.
He can create as much of a gap as he wants.
Doesn't matter.
As long as Lando is comfortable
And
on
third,
second or third,
yeah, doesn't
wherever,
matter.
he's just got to be there. That's all he
Exactly.
needs.
And it was actually kind of funny because, Max, his nonchalant attitude, Zach Brown said this, and the reporter in the press conference was like, you just kind of seem like the bad guy that just keeps always coming back. And he says, call me Chucky. Given the title of this last and final episode, call me Chucky.
I think we all love sometimes, maybe not a villain, but we love the anti-hero. Maybe the guy that's not supposed to win, that mathematically shouldn't win, the guy that has been not counted out, but he didn't really have a chance all season to now at the pinnacle, the final two races. I mean, Keira hated me for this, but I was rooting for Max like the entire last two races. I was rooting for him. I was like, bro, make history, be better than Seb, get 5 drivers' championships, be him, beat Lando, because who wants to see Lando win? Let us know in the comments. Do y'all want to see Lando win? Did y'all like seeing that?
I personally did, please and thank you. All other opinions and commentary, not necessary. But, hey, you know what? It's also history that Lando won the championship, all right?
This is true. This is true.
Max's nonchalant, carefree attitude.
Do
y'all really think that this was to maybe get into Oscar and Lando's head?
I mean,
it didn't work at the end of the day, but maybe, you never know. there's always like these little tactics. I feel like all of them kind of do it with each other at the end of the day. They all play with each other.
You have to.
But, but Lando ended up finishing third, and that's what he needed to do, and he became world champion. And yeah, it was great. I thought it was great to see. Also, it was a while since McLaren's even had a driver win a championship, too.
Now, if this dude still has confidence issues.
I mean, the last time I think it was Lewis Hamilton.
Yeah.
Like, a hot minute.
It's been a minute, yeah. I mean, what is that? 18 years? Dang. 07?
I have no idea, yeah.
07, 08, 17, 18 years? Something like that.
Something like that. I don't know exactly, but it was great to see.
It was deserved. It was deserved.
It was deserved.
After
Lando
their
was
dominance,
consistent.
I mean, they won the constructors by miles, so you would hope one of their drivers could win it, and they did.
Right. And
Clean
so
sweep.
it ended up being Lando, Max, then Oscar.
Yeah.
But what will be this year?
Let us know your predictions.
What are our predictions and your predictions? Let us know your predictions in the comments below.
Who do you think is winning the drivers this year, though?
This is the thing. With these new cars and new regulations, it is so tough to really be like, yeah, these people,
Especially, we're doing this before the first race, y'all.
Right.
Like, whenever this comes out, we're doing and filming this before the first race. We've seen testing, we know what happens, but we have not seen Melbourne. No. So we have no clue how
Melbourne's next week.
We have no clue how it's going to go down.
Literally next week to the day.
Well, when this comes out, it might not be next week, though.
No, I know, but today that we're filming this.
But today, yes. It's going to be 1 week from today of us filming this.
Yes.
We're going to watch the cars.
We will see.
In Australia at 4 a.m. Eastern time because we're in
No, it's 11.
Oh, it's 11? Okay.
It'll be 11 p.m. our time.
Good,
but honestly, I feel like last year was a bit more, not obvious, but easier to be like, hey, this is who I think is going to win the constructors and the drivers. But with the new regulations and things this year, we don't really know. Honestly, we could be totally off the mark. But In no particular order, I truly think it could really be between Max, Lando, or George for the drivers, and the constructors, probably Mercedes or McLaren.
Interesting. So I agree with you on Mercedes. You know, George is a strong driver.
They're the big talker right now, okay?
All the yapping surrounding around them. We get it. You got an unreliable but very fast engine, yada, yada, yada. Personally, I got Leclerc winning. Ferrari has some untapped speed. Maybe it's sandbagging. Maybe it's delusion and that hopium, whatever the hell y'all call it. But I think it's Leclerc's time. It's time for the dude that they put his face on top of Jesus Christ. It's time for him to win.
I mean, he was potentially going to win and had a great chance of winning in 2022.
We don't speak on that. But I think he has a great chance. And Max. I mean, Red Bull, It seems like they have some untapped pace that teams are pointing out that they have not utilized yet. Obviously, they're going to pull it out in the first race.
We'll see.
But, I mean, Max, even...
You can also just never count Max out, to be fair.
I mean, in the third or fourth fastest car, he's still fighting second place for
Max
the Drivers'
always finds a way.
Like, this is why he's on the sim 24/7. This is why
shows.
He's not out there being a father. He's not out there with his girl.
Hey, that's not a sim.
He's on the sim with the boys, all right? He's running it up, getting that time in, getting in that practice, simulations. I mean, it's not like the old days where you could just race the car all the time in between races, in the off season. You only have very specific times that you can drive the car. But he's still getting in so much experience that it's just...
Yeah.
I mean, he has more, almost I wouldn't, all right, that's a reach. But he's got a lot of experience for his age compared to the other drivers his age and the other drivers on the grid.
Yeah.
I mean, we don't know Lewis Hamilton. He could be doing all this simulation work, all this practicing and other stuff, but we don't know that for sure. But I agree with you, though.
Yeah.
Mercedes is a really strong competitor for the constructors, but delusion again, Ferrari. I pray we can get it for the Tifosi. We can get the funds in 2027. We got hella money coming in for that car. Like, if y'all could just win some races, please, please.
Because who's the current race winner, last race winner of Ferrari? Carlos. And Carlos is at Williams now. So I don't know. They need some hope. But let us know your predictions down below in the comments.
Yes, let us know. So it's that time, the end of the episode. Now, obviously, for our final signature segment, who's got pace?
Who's got pace?
Now, for starts, who's setting the pace? Who's the top dogs in Drive to Survive? Now, specifically, we're talking about Drive to Survive, but
in the 2025 season, essentially.
Who was out here setting the benchmark, being them, running it up?
I would say McLaren, and then within the midfield, probably Williams, honestly.
I agree completely. Yeah, like McLaren, clean sweep of the constructors. They won that without a shadow of a doubt. And Williams, I mean, from the come up, from 9th to 5th,
Yeah.
2 strong drivers,
A great job.
performances.
2 podiums.
Mm-hmm. You didn't see anybody else doing that.
No.
No. So, absolutely. I mean, setting the pace, being the benchmark, they
Yeah.
had it in the bag.
Yeah, and chasing the pace was,
Mercedes and Red Bull, too. I mean,
for a while, Red Bull, honestly.
yeah, P2 and P3, and Red Bull especially, I mean, in terms of the Drivers' Championship, they were right there, right behind McLaren.
Yeah.
I mean, they really had a possible chance, mathematically speaking. Yes, I keep saying that. But, I mean, you can never count out Max. We always say that, but it's true.
People were. And Max said, watch.
Nah, psych, watch
He
this.
said, call me Chucky.
Call him Chucky now, all right? Because he's the villain that keeps coming back.
He is, I swear.
And Mercedes, too. I mean, strong P2 performance
Yeah.
with Kimi Antonelli.
The rookie.
The freshman. The guy, new kid on the block, one of many, but...
He did do a good job, I would say,
best
overall
performer.
for his rookie season.
best
And I
performer.
hope we see more of it. Even better, honestly.
I mean, I hope Ferrari wins, but at the same time, you know, I wish the best for him, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, he had a whole 40-minute Netflix special.
Called The Seat. Go watch
Just
it.
for him. Sponsored by WhatsApp.
Yeah.
Just for him.
Yeah.
You know?
So, that leaves us to who lost pace and therefore needs to pray for grace. Ferrari and Alpine.
Yeah, I mean...
I don't know if anything really needs to be said. Ferrari finished P4. Alpine finished P10.
Look, y'all.
Ferrari was a struggle. You just saw Charles. Just look at Charles and Lewis's faces. Honestly, maybe Fred's, and you're like, okay.
Look, Fred doesn't smile.
2026, here we come.
Hold on. Fred doesn't smile. That's just how he is. He doesn't really crack jokes.
But the man was not happy.
He was not happy. Charles was not happy. Lewis was not happy.
No one was happy.
Yes, I mean, the car was not where we wanted to be. It was 2025, the end of that regulations. They're focusing on 2026. Obviously, that's what they were doing.
I mean, let's hope it pays off for them, okay?
It will.
And then Alpine was also just like, their car was not great, so.
Yeah, you had Pierre, which, I mean, he's got great one-lap pace in that car, which was very surprising. And with a Renault engine that he was able to extract that kind of pace out of
And maybe
qualifying.
that's why now this season they have a Mercedes engine.
Exactly.
So we'll see.
Because, I mean, when it came to race pace, they were just getting passed. I mean, Pierre could set a
Just
good
trash.
qualifying.
Yes, like he got into
But-
Q3 like multiple times, and
but
then it was just a
He
disaster.
just couldn't maintain it at all. They'd fall out of the points.
Yeah.
Excuse me. And it's not like Jack Doohan or Franco Colapinto was
Who were just like kind of crashing out.
Yeah, they were just crashing out. They weren't
Yeah.
doing shit. I mean, like, you don't need that as your second driver. That's even worse than like well, actually, that's not as bad as like a Red Bull second seat, but
It's bad enough.
it's pretty bad. Yeah, I mean, you can consistently bet on them to be in the bottom 5.
Right.
And that's not something or a statistic that they should be proud of.
No.
So that's why, therefore, they're praying for grace.
But let us know your thoughts on who's got pace, who was setting the pace, chasing the pace, and who lost pace and needs to pray for grace from Drive to Survive
2025 F1
Season 8 with the 2025 season.
Mm-hmm.
That's it for episode 3 of Chase the Pace podcast.
Woo! We made it. And now, excitingly, next episode is going to be on Melbourne, Australia, first round of the 2026 F1 calendar. Who's excited? I'm excited.
I am too.
Let's go, baby. Let's do it.
So thanks for listening. Make sure check us out on YouTube and Spotify and all of our socials linked in the description below.
Until next time, I'm Spencer.
And I'm Keira.
And this has been
Chase the Pace.